What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Stone Valley 22. This is hardcore survival. Now, what do I mean by hardcore survival? Well, we have survival mode mod installed, and yeah, so we're not doing the typical survival start, cutting logs with, just a truck and a trailer or whatever. This is going to be a little bit different, but it is still going to be a hardcore survival. So I have no sleep, no teleport, survival mode, all that stuff installed. Zero money, as you can see up there on the top. And so this is the property that you typically start off on with Stone Valley 22, and you can see there's quite a few things that are different out here. So let me show you this real quick, and then we'll get right into the episode. So I went around and replaced all of the fencing to this more worn out stuff. Got two gates here, one on this side, one on that side over there, and that entrance right here still have our Stone Valley sign and the lamp post. So the fence goes all the way around the property. You kind of followed the same thing. I just completed the fence all the way around. So yeah, you can see over here we have the gate. Very nice. And then over here, I put in an old raggedy silo that only holds like, I think, 25,000 liters. So it's not a whole lot, but so yeah, I just kind of ran the dirt road right around this way. Got the fence all put through here. Completely repainted and all that stuff. The area, threw some bushes and some extra trees around just to kind of make it look like it's a little bit overgrown. So we have our cabin. Got a little peek of the equipment back there. We have our cabin here. Obviously we can't sleep, but I figured, since we can't sleep, a farmhouse doesn't really do any good for us, so I'd go ahead and throw a little log cabin down. And then eventually we can build our new house and all that stuff later on. So yeah, I just completed the roadway up here, made a little loop out the other way, and then around the back side, this is where the equipment comes in. This is our harvester. Now I've already gone through and made everything old and worn 100%. The damage is fine. I didn't want to do all that because the damage is going to be, going down pretty quick. We also have the advanced maintenance mod. The exhaust, yeah, so this is the harvester. For some reason, they wouldn't modify this to be old and worn out and dirty and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe that'll just get old and worn out and dirty on its own. But yeah, this is the harvester that we have. Very cool mod. I don't know what the capacity is on this. I can't remember, but yeah, it's not a whole lot. I know that. I have pretty much as many realistic mods installed that I could get that I thought would be fitting for this series. Yeah, so we have our seeder over here. I already have seed in it, and we have our old cultivator. We have our plow. And we have the rest of our bag of seeds over here, 300 liters left in there. Then we have our old John Deere tractor, the John Deere 710. And I did go ahead and put the wide tires on because we have the mod in that allows you to get stuck. And plus the center of gravity and all of that. So yeah, we gotta be very mindful of our tire selection and all of that. So I went ahead and just started off with a wide tire because it had a skinny tire on it, and I was like, well, realistically, I wouldn't buy a tractor that has a skinny tire on it. So that's kind of where we're at on this. It's all old, dirty, worn out, and all of that. We have our little trailer. This holds grain, and we could also use it to put bags of seed or pallets or whatever on it if we needed to, as well as bales once we get to that point. We do not have a baler at this point. So yeah, that's kind of really the only thing that I've changed. I do not own that field. That's one of the fields that you start off with. I went ahead and got rid of that. Also, let me point out that there was a collectible right here. I went ahead and picked it up, so it's not here. And then I zeroed out my money. So, yeah, we won't be tempted to pick that up. Yeah, so this is just kind of a start from the bottom. Kind of like what I'm doing on the rest of my series on the channel. I really enjoy this kind of a start, and I figured since Stone Valley finally got the update that we have all been waiting for, I would go ahead and start the series, because a while back I ran a poll on the community channel, and this map was one of the maps that you guys wanted to see on the channel. So we're finally here, got the update and all of that, and yeah, we're starting out hardcore survival. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop on our tractor, get this thing started up. I'm gonna attempt to do the majority of things in first person. Just adjust the volume in my head here. Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to do most of the stuff in first person. We'll see how that goes. I may have to, you know, take the camera out every once in a while, or just to give you guys a better view of what's going on. I don't know. I'll kind of mix it up. How about that? That sounds good to me. So let's go ahead and get hooked up to our plow, because we need to create us a field. Now, I do have manual attach, as well as manual refueling, and I think there was a couple of other things that I added, like realistic fuel, all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get that hooked up to the tractor. We'll get back on here, get that raised up. Alright, now let's go ahead and get an outline of where we want to go here. I'm kind of thinking we just put a small field right out here. Now we got to be mindful of that harvester and how it maneuvers. So I think I'll start with the field back here, kind of keep it off the fence line as much as I can. So maybe I'll just start against the fence line. Well, not against the fence line, but kind of on the fence line side. So if we go probably right about here might be a good spot, and then we can take it back to probably about right there. That should give us a decent amount of room. So let's go ahead and activate the create field, get this lowered down, and there we go. You can see it is now creating a field. Let's go ahead and get rolling here. We'll do the outline and kind of work our way through the middle. It's going to take a while to plow this field because this is a very, very small plow. I'm not going to go extreme with the size. Oh yeah, I also have the dust mod installed, so that's awesome. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just start making our curve around this way, give us a little bit of room off the fence, and then probably right about here would be good. How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully you're doing wonderful. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. I know I took a little break there with videos, but we are back, and we are full force moving forward. I love that dust mod. I got it set to, so you can take it all the way up to 3, and I have it set to 2.5. I figured that might be a decent place to put it. I know I just moved a little bit closer to the fence, but that's okay, because I wanted to make sure I left myself room to complete this rounded corner. I don't want to do super straight corners and all of that. So let's go ahead and lift this up. Now I do have GPS installed, and I did go ahead and put it on this tractor. Now I'll tell you why. I've decided that in all of my series, it just makes it so much easier to record videos with certain mods installed. So yeah, it just, you know, GPS is one of those things that I can have set up, and I can do some cool camera shots and all of that. So let's actually go out here so we can see this dust mod in action. Oh yeah, that is so cool. Absolutely love this mod. I mean, it's definitely more realistic because, you know, you wouldn't have no dust at all kicking up when you're working in a field. And the cool thing about it is it's also affected by the rain and how long in between rainstorms, you know, it has been. So obviously if you just got rain or if it's raining, the dust level is going to go down, possibly even all the way down, which is very cool. Yeah. So I was thinking about this the other day. It'd be really, really cool if somebody came out with a dynamic weather mod. And what I mean by dynamic weather is like, you know, natural disaster kind of level weather. Tornadoes would be awesome, but I know, excuse me, the limitations of FS22 probably can't do that. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about modding, so maybe it is possible. Hopefully, Giants will pick up on the weather and stuff on 24 or whatever next iteration of Farm Sim they decide to release. That'd be really cool to have a little bit more of a dynamic weather system that actually has more of an effect on your crops and your farming and everything. Tornadoes would be awesome because, you know, you think about all the farms out in the Midwest of the U.S., you know, they get a lot of tornadoes and stuff out there. So that'd be really cool to see something like that implemented into the game. You know, having that extra ability to lose your crop and to lose your farm. But then they would have to put, like, building damage and model all of that stuff in. So I understand. It could be very, very difficult to implement a system like that into the game. But, yeah, you'd have to add, like, the repair system and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Just kind of thinking out loud here as I'm plowing away at this field. Makes it very difficult to see with that dust mod, but it's awesome. I like it a lot, if I haven't said that already. So I'm not 100% sure on the goal for this series. I just kind of last minute threw it together and started recording. Like, I just finished getting the mods and the farm and everything set up before I hit record. So yeah, not exactly sure as to where we're going with this one. We also have the Western Wild Survival series still going, but that one's a little bit less hardcore. And we're moving right along on that series already, so I figured another kind of sort of survival series would be kind of fun. So yeah, instead of starting with like logging, like the typical start, right, I figured I would go ahead and throw just old, raggedy, weak equipment into the map and kind of just see where things go from there. Now we do have precision farming installed, so we do not have the ability to take samples or anything right now, so we don't have a lime spreader or fertilizer spreader. We're just starting off with the seeder. Also, we're going to have to cultivate because we do not have a direct drill seeder. Unless, because that seeder is a mod, so unless that is modified to be a direct drill, I don't know, I'll have to double check. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and cultivate and play as if it is not a direct drill. So yeah, it does not have a fertilizer capacity either, so all we're doing is putting seed down. Which is great, because I want to start with no fertilizer, no lime, all that stuff. And, you know, make it as difficult as I can to start with. So our yields are going to be very low at the beginning. I'm not going to make a whole heck of a lot of money. I do have the economy set to hard. Also, the survival mode does set it to hard as well. So, yeah. So I don't know if I want to go ahead and start doing up downs or just keep going around in circles. I'll go back and get all these little spots, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut here and come back whenever this field is complete. So I'll see you guys here in just a second. Alright, we are back and we just got the rest of this field plowed in. It's looking good. Let's go ahead and go back into first person here. And let's get this plow parked up, and then we'll go ahead and start cultivating. And then we'll put our first round of seed down. Hopefully I have enough seed to do this whole field. If not, that's totally fine. We could do a partial field. It's no big deal at all. Let's get this thing parked up back here. And let's pull forward just a little bit. There we go. Get off of here and we'll get this disconnected. There we go. Now, if you're wondering where I got some of these mods, pretty much all of the mods are on the mod hub, except for the old equipment pack, which is where this came from, as well as the harvester. Those can be found on Mod Network. So just what you could do is go on Mod Network and type in old, and just scroll through and you'll see the old equipment pack show up. And yeah, it's a really cool mod. It's got a lot of old stuff. Not really a lot, but it has, you know, all old equipment, hence the name Old Equipment Pack. But yeah, so it's really cool. Now the plow does have an issue with the weight balance. Like it flips over. So yeah, it's not really good. Let's just put it that way. This thing is actually kind of struggling in some points with this cultivator. Hopefully we don't get stuck. I'm kind of sort of off of the field a little bit, so yeah, this is definitely kicking up the dust. We zoom out and just check it out. Look at that. Now, obviously, I don't think it would be this bad unless it was just super dry, but this is freshly turned soil, so realistically, it probably wouldn't be this dusty. Or maybe it would. I don't know. It just depends on how you know, moist the soil is, or how dry the soil is. So I don't know, but it seems to be pulling it pretty fine, pretty well rather. English. So yeah, we'll just we'll keep on plugging away, getting this field all set up, and I will bring you guys back in here in just a little bit. Alright, we are on the last little bit here. Go ahead and drop this down right there. This thing, this tractor pulled it pretty good through here. Working all this, kind of surprised. I thought it would struggle a lot more. Let me just make a quick little pass over here to make sure I got it all. There was a spot that looked like it was a little wonky. Might have just been my eyes playing tricks on me. So yeah, I think we're good. Everything is cultivated. So we'll go ahead and park this up by the house and grab the seeder and start putting some seed down. Alright, let's hop off here, get this hooked up, and doesn't look like there's anything else that needs to be hooked up to it, so I think we're good to go there. See how this tractor handles it with a full load of seed. Seems to be handling it just fine. So this tractor does not have the ability to put weights on the front, so, you know, once we outgrow this tractor, we'll definitely have to upgrade it. You know, I don't know how much we're going to get from the first harvest. Fruit can... Oh, shoot, that's right, I forgot. Let's see, what are we looking at for crop to put down? Okay, so canola. That'll work. So canola... There we go. And let's go ahead and let's turn that on. Go ahead and drop it down. And let's go get going here. So let's see how quickly this starts to soak up the seed. Oh boy, this thing is really struggling. Now it's moving. Kind of, sort of getting stuck. Oh boy. No. Let's go ahead and pick that up. And let's see, because I think this is kind of sort of a slight uphill right here. Yeah, we were getting stuck right there. So yeah, this is a little bit of an uphill. So we'll come back down the other direction. So let's go ahead and get up here, and we'll come back the other way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that mod, it's the REA mods. So I have the center of gravity, the one that lets you get stuck, and then there was one more. I can't remember what it was, but I did add it in as well. So got the whole package. Oh man, this thing is even struggling right here. I may need to switch to manual shifting. That way I can kind of control the gears that I'm in. I do have the shifter that I have not used with Farm Sim yet. I use it all the time for ATS, ETS. So I don't... Like, I have not messed with it at all with Farm Sim. This thing is struggling. You can see the tires just spinning away. This is, Let's see if I can get up on the edge here a little bit. It's going to be a little difficult once we get off of solid ground, though. It's going to be really interesting to see how this thing handles. Alright. Go ahead and pick it up there, and we'll probably go back the other way. Start up there again. This is all part of the challenge. All part of the challenge. See how well this pass does. Oh. Back up a little bit. Too far. And let's go, actually, real quick into settings. I think it's in tractors. Nope, it's going to be in the gear. Did I pass it? I think I may have passed it. Let's go all the way up here. Or maybe it's in this one. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I passed it. Where's it at? Here it is. Okay, gear shift mode, manual. Manual with clutch. No, just manual. Direction change, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now it should work with my paddle shifters. Yeah, there we go. And I'll get the shifter handle set up later on at a later date. Maybe for the next episode. That's right. I have to actually put it in reverse now. This is going to take some time to get used to. Let's just keep it in first gear for now. Let's kick it into second. Oh, she's starting to drift. Let's take it down to first again. This is going to be very interesting. We're going to burn through fuel just trying to get this field seated, and we don't have any money. That's not going to be good if we have to cheat already to get more fuel. I did not expect it to be this much of a hard time getting this field seated. This tractor, I believe... Actually, you know what? I think this seeder takes 80 horsepower and this tractor only has 50. That could be the problem. Could be the problem. I should have actually tested all this before starting the series. That way I had the correct equipment to work with. I did see that the horsepower was higher, I believe. The horsepower requirement was higher than what we had. But, you know, generally you can still pull items. It's just going to work at a much slower rate, which is what we're doing here. So... Alright, so let's, I'm gonna make a cut here and get this field planted and then bring you guys back in. Alright, we are on the last little strip finally. This has been as fast as I've been going this entire time. I've had it in first gear all the way down in as low as I possibly could get it. And I've had to do some weird things to get this to work. So... But that right there is it. That is it for seating. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. And I've had it in manual. So now I can throw it in fourth gear. And yeah. That's been that is terrible. I may look at possibly trading this seeder already for something a little bit smaller. We'll take a look in the store real quick. Having to shift gears is just weird, man. I'm not used to it in Farm Sim. Go ahead and drop that. Disconnect that, and now we can actually... Okay, it's going to save. I'm going to actually go in here and... Nope, it's in this one. And we'll change that back to automatic. So let's take a look in the store real quick. And just see what the difference is between the two seeder options that we have. You can see I'm already pretty low on fuel, so hopefully we have enough to harvest. If anything, I guess I could drop a little bit of fuel in. I may have screwed myself on the start on this. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So if we go in here, take a look at seeders. Go all the way over here. We have this guy right here. 700 liters, 660 kilograms, and it's 3 meters. Should be a working speed of 9 miles per hour. It takes 35 horsepower when we're struggling with it. If we go to this one, it takes 70 horsepower. Which is 20 more than what our tractor has. It's 2.8, so it's basically the same speed. 1.4 tons. 1.6 tons, 70, 2.8. So, yeah. We're kind of, you know, this takes 125. Yeah, so, like, this is really our only option. I could always go find some more seeders in the mod hub and stuff. And mod network, but I think we're just going to stick with what we have. And you know, I feel like the struggle is just it's all part of it, you know. We have underpowered equipment with a, you know, seeder that's too big. Pulls this stuff fine. Struggles a little bit with this in a couple of spots, but you know, for the most part it's pretty good. So yeah, the harvester, it's going to be interesting to see how it does with the harvester. I did turn the harvester on and pull it through that field over there before I started the series, just to make sure it was going to be able to pull the harvester while it was on through a field. So yeah, we'll see. So obviously this field needs rolling. There's a couple of spots with stones, one there and one there. But it is seeded with canola, and our expected yield is 63%, and no soil data found because we have not ran the soil sampler. So if we go into here and we go to precision farming, let's click on this right here. We can buy the soil information for $787, but I don't want to do that. I want to actually take the samples. So if we go into miscellaneous and we go right here, 17 grand. We have to come up with $17,000 to get the scout. Then we can take samples over a field. So it's going to be a little while before we get to that point. But yeah, I feel like this is a pretty good starting point. We have a field in. We have our first run of seed down, canola. So we should make a pretty good, decent amount of money. So if we go in here real quick. So canola can be harvested in July and August. So if we take a look, canola, July and August, it's not very good. So if we hold on to it and fast forward to December, we can get $729 per 1,000 liters. It's not a whole lot. Obviously, this is on hard mode, so the prices are way, way lower than what they normally would be. But yeah, so we may end up having to just sell it, maybe harvest in August, or harvest in July and just hold it until September, or harvest in August and hold it until September and sell it then. Obviously we don't have any sleeping, so I'll have to, just for recording sakes, I'll have to just fast forward time through the night to advance in the series. Which I wanted the survival mode in because there's other aspects of the survival mode that it changes in the game, and so unfortunately that takes away the ability to sleep. Yeah, so I'll just have to, for the sake of the series and recording, I'll have to just fast forward through the days. Now while I'm recording, I'll be on 1x speed, real time, and then when I'm not recording, I'll have it probably set to about 5 or 15, just to move things along as far as the days. But that is going to do it for this episode, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. Feel free to comment down below with any tips, tricks, or suggestions. And subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And I will catch you guys in the next one.